Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Bamidbar. This special Aufrauf edition is dedicated for my nephew and his upcoming marriage. And the Parsha of Bamidbar starts off with Pasuk Beis, talking about the Degalim, that the Bnei Yisrael were camped in the desert according to their flags. Each flag for each shevet had its own color and its own insignia. So what does a flag or the Degalim have to do with an Aufrauf, which, for those who don't know, is the week before a wedding, sometimes earlier, where the Chosson, the groom, gets an aliyah called up to the Torah. Now, this Aufrauf is actually being mukdam. It's coming out early because next Shabbos afterwards will be the second day of Yontiv Shavuos in Chutzlaretz. So we have to connect for the Simcha also to Shavuos. Rabbi Baum of Ketter Torah, also known as the Romer Shul in Teaneck, New Jersey. So he mentioned this past Shabbos that before Matan Torah, there was no official set rule how to get married. It was very informal. But once there was Matan Torah, once Hashem gave the Bnei Yisrael the Torah and Hashem appeared as the Chosson, the groom, and the Bnei Yisrael appeared as the Kallah, the bride, we learned different minhagim from the way that the Torah was given to Bnei Yisrael. Just as some examples, we have the chuppah, the wedding canopy at a Jewish wedding. That's because Hashem put the mountain over the Bnei Yisrael. He covered them with the mountain in the desert. And also we have Kiddushin, the way that the woman becomes sanctified, that she's exclusive to her husband. We received the mitzvos, and through the mitzvos, we gained the connection that we say in a Brachah before a mitzvah of Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvosav. Asher Kiddushanu, that's sanctified, is a lesson of Kiddushin, just like a wedding. And there are, of course, more examples. Now, each flag indicates something about itself. There's the American flag, there's different state flags. In the Army, there's a different flag for the Air Force and the Marines and the paratroopers. Each one has its own distinctive goal. They've each been trained for a specific purpose. According to Rabbi M Mansour, who I heard speak on Monday morning, a flag motivates for a job. And there was 22,000, and some say it was 220,000 angels that came down on Har Sinai. Each one of them had their own flag, and the Jews were jealous of the flags, and they wanted the flags. What was the purpose of the flags? The purpose was to show that the malachim each knew their own job. And the lesson is that in Klal Yisrael, each person has a job to do, and not each person is responsible for the same exact role. For example, Rabbi Yecheskel Abramsky, 1886 to 1976, when he took over as rabbi in Slutsk, the president of the community or the shul said to him, "You're not like your grandfather. He used to stand the whole Yom Kippur from beginning to end." Rabbi Yecheskel answered, "It's not my tafkid, it's not my purpose. I have a difficult physical constitution." Each person has to make their own flag, their own color for the flag. So, dear Chosson, you've gone through various stages in life. You had that very, very young, cute stage, and then you had the I'm trouble stage, and then you became more mature and you've grown up. Then now you have your engagement stage, and soon you're going to have your marriage stage. And at each stage, you evolve. The Medrash in Shir HaShiurim offers an alternate definition for Degel. It describes it as a unit rather than as a flag or a banner. And the marriage stage, you and your Kallah will create the color and define your new life together as a unit of two, rather than your previous and current individual unit status. And finally, the Sefer Otzar Plaos Hatorah talks about the kvittel and says that according to the Divrei Chaim, Chaim Halberstam of Sanz, 1793 to 1876, He explained how the kvittel, that note that's given to a rebbe or a rav, or people know for putting it into the kotel amaravi, that one time someone came with a long list of requests and he rejected them. He said, when I was very young, all I did was a simple thing on my note. It said my name, and it would be, in his case, Chaim ben Miriam lahatzlacha. That was it. And why is that? Because the blessing of hatzlacha includes everything, both ruchnius and gashmius, both physical and spiritual. Therefore, I wish for you, the Chosson, and your Kallah, I'm wishing you Brachah of hatzlacha in all areas of the Tova. Thank you for listening, and Mazel Tov.